Yesterday I talked about a possible refresh happening to the startup banner, which everyone got 15 free multis out of during the last anniversary. They're removing that banner from the game, so possibly that they're gonna update it, right? And if it's like last year, every single player, regardless if you're new or not, got 15 free multis out of that banner, which consisted of getting guaranteed the one Escanor or Goddess Liz, and then Grand Galfer or Zeldris, and then at the end it was Assault Meli and Merlin. But those end pools had to be paid with gems, right? Had to be gem, it wasn't free. But I talked about the possibility of Traitor Meliodas being on that new startup banner because it's being updated, and if you follow the timeline, you know, that banner, when we got it, we had, let's just check right here. What we had was, this is tough. This is tough. What we had was a banner with the first anniversary character, and then a November festival, end of year festival, and then the rest, right? So, second anniversary would be the equivalent. Bon, showed up on screen right there. And then November festival will be king. November festival of that year was king. And then December was Traitor Meli. And I made the claim that Traitor Meli is plausible because he has fallen off. He is not really all that great anymore. I may have been out of pocket and said he's useless. I didn't say he's useless, but I said he's not optimal for anything in the game. So I think it's a really good chance that Traitor Meli could be... Bro, not even a debuff card for Zeldris, you're joking? Okay. There's a good chance that Traitor Meli could be on that banner because he is not all that anymore. He has fallen off big time. And I got a lot of comments saying that I'm wrong. You know, Traitor Meli is still like godlike, you know? And honestly, I was thinking about it. APVP, obviously, I'm using him right now in PvP just for fun. PvP is dog shit, right? He's not really all that good. You're not going to get much use out of him. But even though he's not optimal for anything in the game, he's good for so many things. And but the fact that he's not optimal, I think means he could easily be on that banner, because if you really think about it, so the things that he's good for, right, are OG Demon, right? But OG Demon is not a difficult activity. He's like a farmer. Like, units that are good for bosses were literally given out for free recently. Or not, it was their anniversary as well, right? It was a post-anniversary, something like that. So it's not like it's that big of a deal, right? Units that are good for demonic beasts, or sorry, for raids, not really all that big of a deal, right? So that can be scratched off. He is good for all demonic beasts. All of them. He's actually usable in all of them. But he's not optimal for neither. So for example, on dogs, right? He is not optimal for fast farming. The Freya or the human team are way better than using Traitor Meli. Way, way, way better. If you're farming, which, you know, dogs right now, you need to farm the dogs. Because you want to get the card and you want to get the currency to, you know, farm. Instead of getting the weekly guaranteed sum, you want to, you know, get the clear on stage 3 multiple times to make those relics, right? Bird is still not optimal. There are better teams for Bird, but he's good. And Deer, I never liked using Traitor Meli on Deer, but he is going to be good because 40% damage reduction is definitely something, right? Never liked it because, you know, the way Deer is set up with the whole, you know, color wheel, and I never liked using Traitor Meli since the activity came out, but that's not because of his kit, and more because, you know, the activity was designed with the typings in mind. Like, I do actually like using Escanor on Deer, even though I don't play Deer anymore. That activity has been sunset. Oh, I should not have done that. This is not even close to the same tank in it, like the same team as the last team. This team is way tankier. Okay. As I was saying, You know, he's not optimal for any of them, including the newbies. The newbies you can clear with Traitor Meli, actually. Before Freya got her relic and before Mael came out, the only way you could clear the new demonic beast was with Traitor Meli, you know? And it's still possible to clear with Traitor Meli, so he's not as useless as I was I hope this kills Chandler. I wish he wasn't disabled. I'd have gone with thing on him, but not as useless as I was making it up to be. It's just you know, oh no. When I think of characters, I try to think, are they the best at something? Are they optimal for something? Right? And he's not. Like, he's not. So I think it's a really good possibility for him to be given out, not for free, but like I mentioned, in that last slot of the free banner, the one that you actually had to spend 150 gems for. But honestly, for players that, you know, are beginners, or that, you know, haven't been able to pull him because he was only featured in certain banners, getting Traitor Meli for 150 gems is a great deal, right? And I'm really glad this AI did not attack with Meli once. Not even once. Although I do have to kill the Estarossa or I am dead 100%. So let me just do this. Let me just do this, yeah. Well, yeah, so yeah, I wanted to also retouch on that banner. So I was saying, you know, last year when they did it on the second pity slot, which was also free, the 450 loyalty points or the 15th free multi, right? It was the option between Zeldris, Festival Zeldris, and Gaffer. And I was like, I don't know which seasonal they would actually want to put. And I got a lot of comments reminding me, Summer at the End. Summer at the End would be a fantastic one. I really hope they give her out for free. She should have been a free character to begin with, I think. Because of how almost necessary she became to farm OG Demon. You get kicked without her. And, you know, they gave away that green Liz. So giving, you know, Summer at the End is like, you know, the same. Because the Summer at the End is way better. You know, she's usable for many other things. Like, you know, for random bosses, like the one that's currently on. Stuff like that, you know? But if you compare, I think like Green Gaffer at the time for the 3rd anniversary was about as relevant, if not more, than Summer at the End is currently. Because Green Gaffer was just that guy. So. But I can't really think of other festivals. So. I think pretty certain they would put Margaret in the free ban because Margaret is old, and you know, it's Margaret. she is a god tier right now, right? I'm facing her right now, but it's Margaret. She's old, you know. Damn, no AoE. Are you trolling, man? Okay. She's gonna remain with 3 darkness, I think. Yeah. Nice. What would be the slot for? I think Blue Kusak. Yeah. So I think the free banner, if they do actually follow through with it, and not just, they weren't just removing the starter banner from the game and then being like, yeah, no more free multis for new players. It's over. I think Kusak, which, you know, people wouldn't be too big into, but he would be an option instead of being like forced, right? Like it was back when, you know, they gave like Goddess Liz, for example, and at the time, Goddess Liz wasn't, I would say, very desirable, right? but there was an option between her and the one. So the option between Purgatory Bond, the equivalent of the one would be Festival King. I don't know if they want to put Festival King on the first free slot, because Festival King is still very much relevant. Are you trolling? Are you, the car? Okay. Then probably Kusok and DN. Like the summer DN. It'd be crazy, bro. Alright, that's just bullshit. Also, I saw some people upset that I said Lolly Merlin's better than Traitor Meli, but listen, you can't cope, man. Lolly Merlin is 100 times better PvP unit than Traitor Meli. She's not good in no PvE content, really. None. But in PvP, she's 100 times better than Traitor Meli. She's currently meta. Right now. As we speak. So, I don't know why. I guess some people just don't play the game that much. But yeah, Lolly Merlin is for sure more meta relevant than Traitor Meli in the game. So the fact that they did give away Lolly Merlin before, I think there is, I do believe there's a very high chance they will give Traitor Meli for this anniversary, which would be great. I think anniversary last year, as much as I wasn't that big of a fan of the actual anniversary character, as a celebration was very good. Very good. If they keep up with whatever they had going on last year, listen, it's gonna be great, right? You can't encroach him, technically, because he can't be lowered. But 4 Darkness still makes Estarossa hit like a truck. So yeah, Traitor Meli fell off. 100%. You can't deny, he did fall off. He is not optimal for anything in the game. But he's still great. It would be phenomenal for new players to have him. Or even returning players that don't have him would still be phenomenal for them. Don't have Purgatory Meli? I mean, Purgatory Meli is not good for anything in PvE, really. So, please give him for free. I think it would be a great addition to so many players.